1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Y'all gonna see it in a minute. We gonna be live.
We're live now.
Hey,
Hey, hey,
well, it
hey.
says that y'all live.
I'm ready, Freddy now.
Hey,
We are.
yes. Hello, hello. We are
Hello
live.
there.
Yes, yes, yes.
Hello, hello, everyone. We are here on the Donna Smith Show, bringing you some
Yes.
grown folk talking discussion. It doesn't matter if it's one of us or 10 of us. We still gonna make it do what it do because you out there is what is making us want to promote and do what we do even more. So thank you for joining everyone. So how you doing? How you doing, Sharon?
Doing good, good, good. Hanging
Doing
in there.
good. You know, every time we
Hmm
start our show, we always have a little something. Sharon, what's in your glass?
Good old H2O.
Ford, what's in your glass?
Well, I got one of them red cups. The red bottles. I mix
Uh-oh.
mine right here in the water bottle, but it's actually just straight Neo. So
Oh, that's
when
it?
yeah, that's all it is. I ain't got no alcohol in
This
here, girlfriend.
cranberry juice, y'all. This cranberry juice. See. Okay. Anyway, hello everyone. We are here doing what we do on a Sunday evening, 6:30, 6:45. We try to bring you
Right.
the heat and just have some conversation. Sometimes it's just good to come together and talk about things and, bounce it off or whatever. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day, both of you guys being here. And I'm quite sure we'll have somebody else joining in soon. But I first wanted
Not
to
no
start
problem.
off, did you guys hear that we may be getting that third stimulus check?
I certainly
Shit,
did.
Right?
I ain't
They
got damn
say
one.
maybe this month or next month, right? Because the House, it passed in the House, right?
Hmm Yeah, it just has
So
to
it,
go
it
to the
was a
Senate now.
1.9 trillion, 1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan package that the House
Hmm
passed on Saturday morning.
Okay.
Now, I think the difference with this one is going to be the 1,400. That's going to be the difference between the 600 that those who qualify got. But they're allowing any dependent that you had other than children to be a part of that too. So, like some have elderly dependents they claim, some got children,
hmm
young adults in school, college, whoever you claimed on your
hmm
taxes will be good for that 1,400 this time. But it wasn't like that before.
I've been
Before you
seeing
had to
Oh,
people
have
that
kids under a certain age.
right,
I don't
right.
qualify for stimulus check.
You don't qualify. Well, shoot. Well, hello, because if you make over a certain amount, hey, you don't even get it. You know what I'm saying? They said 100,000 for what, single people, and 200,000 for couples. So if you over that tier, not to be putting your business out there, Mr. Ford.
I am happily married, and I make entirely too much. My wife don't even work. I make entirely too much money.
Oh, hello. That's what I'm talking about. I
That's
tell you. So
called
you
being
know what?
blessed
The
and highly
stimulus just
favored.
going over your shiny head, huh? It's like, choo. You like,
That's
hello,
right.
y'all enjoy yourselves.
That's
You
right.
know what I'm saying?
Hmm
But
That's right.
yeah, so for those who do qualify for it, it's gonna be something good. I mean, I'm hoping what it has to go through the Senate now, right, Sharon?
Yeah, they
After
said
the
it has to go
House,
through the Senate.
then the
Hmm
Senate. So if the Senate
But two
tries
of
to
the Democrats said that they didn't want to approve it. I think it was because they wanted to up the minimum wage.
yeah, the minimum wage they wanted it to go up to 15 something an
Hmm
hour. And I think
I
it's
agree.
at
hmm
I need my son and them to start making some goddamn money.
yeah, that's right. And I think, for real, due to the economy and things going on and how expensive everything is, they should be making at least $15 an hour. You
You
know what
can't
I'm
you
saying?
can't you can't make less than that and pay your way. You can't make that and pay your way in California. You know what I mean? So
No, you can't.
You
And
know,
that's why these young adult children don't leave home until they 35 and 40. Because they
They
can't
can't afford
afford
it.
it.
Can't
that's
How
right.
are
afford
they
it.
going? How, if you ain't married or have a reputable, good career, like Sharon, you blessed, you got a doctor in the house, a nurse in the house, you got all that stuff where they're making a good, you know what I'm saying? And they're gonna not struggle as much. But for
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
those young adults who are still, because it's, it's kids in their 30s, almost 30 years old, still trying to find their way.
Yeah,
And
because it's
leaving
so
at the
hard.
PG&E, they still ain't gonna be able to make
Oh,
it.
I know.
That's
PG&E
crazy.
usually PG&E pays some good little money, you know what I'm saying? But wow, that's something. That's just something to kick it off with and talk about before we get into the gut of our show today. But it was just interesting hearing that it's a possibility. And then this is tax season too. So we
Yeah.
got people who's, they they delayed the here's another guess. They delayed the timing, like the taxes. We couldn't start our taxes until February something this
Mm-hmm.
time. But the date for you to have your taxes completed is still going to be April 15th. So
Uh-huh.
the IRS right now is under the gun to get this done. You know what I'm saying? But you got people that's going to hopefully get some refunds and then get their stimulus packages. So, March and April will be good. I wish we still had the Stone Soul concert, but
Me
shit, I'll
too.
be ready to go on up in there.
And that's right
I miss
around
that.
my
Don't y'all
birthday
miss
too.
that?
Man, look, I am
Yeah,
so
I
Oh,
don't
ready
you
want
to
to
a
go
go.
until
Taurus,
they get
huh?
it together.
I'm a Cancer, but that's
But it's
that's
like,
that's,
are they?
that's
I mean, the thing is, hey, Mr. Smith, the thing is, you know, what's scary to me is, like we said, we don't want to do certain things until they get it together. How are we gonna know that they got it together? When are they going? You know what I'm saying? We need another year. Do
it
we
sound
just
like it.
started the vaccine this year? Some people are shying away from that. They don't even want to. They don't want. They don't want to go there because they don't know what's in that stuff. But um, do we need another year? I don't know. I'm tired of my cruise being canceled. I know that much because I'm ready to go on my cruise. Hello.
Yeah,
This is
well,
the
Man,
second
they,
time it's been postponed to next year now.
me and
yeah.
my wife
Man.
just
Well,
went and did a little
But
getaway
anyway,
and went up to Tahoe. We just said the hell with it. We need to get away and ran up to Tahoe in the
you went to
snow.
Tahoe. I just came back from Vegas. Vegas was cool. It was all right. It was a lot of people up there too.
Let's see, Vegas is
They
a
had
little
their
bit more of
mask
a
on and
Vegas is a little bit more of a melting pot when it comes down to visitors. You know what I mean? You got people coming from everywhere coming from going to Vegas, but Tahoe is a little bit more, reserved and stuff. You know what I mean? It's snow. A lot of people ain't trying to, make that move up there. Plus, they don't do a whole lot of flying in the Reno and Tahoe anyway. You know what I mean? It's a little bit, but it ain't a whole
mm-hmm.
lot. So, but it was enough
Did you
people.
just get back?
Yeah, we got back
You just got
on
back?
Sunday. We came back Sunday. Left there and went
Okay.
out there Friday. So we had, just a little couple of days to spend up there. Just got a nice
Yeah.
room and parlay for a little while. But for the most part, we just stayed in, went and ate good and hung out,
Yeah.
gambled. I won me a little bit of money, and we came on back.
Uh-oh. Hello.
That's what I'm
Okay.
talking about.
I take donations.
Oh, there you
Donations.
go. Let me get this change out of my pocket. Hold on. Let me get this.
Giving me no
Uh,
give me no
oh,
pennies
these
for
ain't
the
the same
penny
change. Hold
machine.
on.
Oh, that's a good one. Let me get this change out of my pocket. Okay, that's a good one. You didn't shut the hostess with the mostest down. But so was it snow out there or what?
It was snowing, but
When you
it
went out to
wasn't a
Tahoe?
lot. It wasn't a lot. You didn't, long as you had a car that had 4-wheel drive or an SUV that had 4-wheel drive, they just did it as a precaution. Nobody had chains or nothing going up there. You know what I mean? And it was snow on the ground. It was more kind of when you got to the summit, but when you got down in the Tahoe, it was some
Okay.
snow, but it wasn't a lot. So, and then like overnight, it snowed a little bit. So it was some on the patio, but it still wasn't much. You know what I mean? It wasn't nothing like you would think it
Okay.
would be. So it was decent. And then
Yeah,
by
I'm gonna have to take
midday,
a
the
ride
sun
down there.
would
I haven't been.
by the midday the sun would come out and it would melt a lot of that stuff anyway. So by midday, it was still cold, but it was decent out there, and the snow had
But
melted.
it probably
so
was pretty. It probably was
nice.
pretty.
It was very, very nice.
I like to take a drive out there. I haven't been to Tahoe in a very long time. I've been, Reno, Vegas, this and that, but Tahoe, I need to go.
Normally, I don't even go to the hotels. Normally, we'll go to a Airbnb or a VRBO, and then that way we can, do our own thing and stuff. But I knew I was gonna want to gamble a little bit. So I said, let me go and stay at the hotel. I'm kind of glad we did, even though the hotel, we went to the Hard Rock, and it was kind of raggedy, but at the same time, they ended up giving us because my wife.
The Hard Rock is raggedy.
Well, what it was, it was full up there. It was packed, number one. So when people come up there, they kind of, when you get the latest rooms and stuff, be the ones that they still renovating and doing stuff too. But if they charging $800 a night, which is what we was paying, my wife is like, she nitpicking everything. It's $800 a night. She looking at light bulbs and fixtures and everything. So by the time she got to talking shit and complaining, we ended up getting the whole weekend free, and we got a whole another weekend coming up for free. So I was like, hey, shit, I'm with
for real.
Yeah.
Sometimes a woman's mouth works magic.
hey,
let her handle her business.
That's right.
But that's good. I'm glad you guys had a wonderful time. You had a wonderful time. And tonight, what I want to do is I want to introduce Mr. Ford, Mr. A.T. Ford. He is a guest on our show tonight to talk about what? The solar panels.
Right.
And a lot of you guys may have heard about it or know about them because you have them on your homes. But he's going to give us some information. We're going to talk about it, toss some stuff around. And I'm told the newer houses now have to have it. So people who are buying new houses, they can't get around it. So, Mr. Ford, we welcome you. Yay! Bring it.
Hey. Thank you for having me, Donna. Thank you for having me.
Tell us something about these solars and what you do. And tell it, just, go ahead.
Well, I am the sales manager for Norcal Home Systems, and we're based in Concord. So it's a family-owned business that migrated from Florida down to Southern California and then up to Northern California. We have out of 30 years we've been in business, we have over 300,000 customers, and which averages about 1,000 per year. And it's without traditional advertising and things like that. We don't do the online thing. We don't do on TV, and we don't do radio. And we still get 1,000 customers a year because basically we make our customers energy independent. And for anybody thinking about going solar, if you're not thinking about being energy independent, then it's an oxymoron. There's no reason for you to be paying for solar and be paying for PG&E. More people that go solar are trying to basically do away with paying PG&E, and our company shows you how to do that. Because if you don't know what questions to ask, if you don't know the information that you need to know, you're going to get caught behind the 8 ball. You probably have heard, a few things with PG&E going up annually 10%, and historically they've gone up, 10 to 15% every year anyway. So right now, and I'll give you a little background. There was net metering version 1, 2, and 2 is what we're in now. Net metering version 1 was when solar first came out. And that's when all of those wealthy people, it might have taken them only, let's say 10 panels to run their entire house. But all of the wealthy people were smart enough to realize net metering version 1 means PG&E is giving you money back for extra power produced. So if you went into going solar and you bought 20 panels and only took 10 of them to run your house, the other 20 panels was income. Okay, so that means that every extra bit of PG&E or every bit of extra energy you produce with your solar project, PG&E gave you a check every month. Okay, now there are people still grandfathered into that right now because it was for 25 years. So there are people still getting checks right now for the extra energy that they produce. Now they rolled out version 2 because PG&E is into the money taking business. They're not into the money giving business. All right. So version 2 came out because PG&E was like, well, we losing entirely too much money. We got to make up for those fires, wildfires, and lawsuits and blah, 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 blah. So let's roll out version 2. Version 2 basically caps what you can use as far as your PG&E. So like all of those wealthy people that bought, super extra panels and making money on PG&E, PG&E capped that now. So now you can only get an extra 100 to 150 kilowatts per month. Okay. And the reason they say that they give you kind of a cushion is because some people have kids that come home from summer or, or from college. That's going to raise your PG&E bill. Some people add a pool or a room onto their house or an AC unit or something like that. That's going to raise your kilowatt usage as well. So they can't just tell you can only have exactly what you're using. They have to give you kind of a cushion just in case. You know what I mean? So having said that, with version 2, let's say on an average, a single family house with maybe, 2 people, 3 people living in it, anywhere from 1,600 to 2,500 square feet. If they're not just running, their electricity and heater and AC, 24/7, they're probably going to average about maybe 450, kilowatts a month. Okay. And the way you can find that out, everybody can do this themselves. Oh, I got my phone on. You're talking on my phone. But you can call PG&E and you can actually, it'll prompt you. If you push number 4, it'll give you your kilowatt usage. Okay. You can do this for yourself. Everybody can do this to find out what their kilowatt usage is. Once you
just call the main number, just call PG&E and then just push option 4.
It's actually, let me tell you, I'm going to give you the number right now. Hold on.
Okay.
The PG&E number is, because it's not the same number. It's 877-743-4122. So again, that's 877-743-4122. Okay.
4122. Okay.
Right. Now, what that will give you is an automated, operator that comes on the line. You push number 4, and then you push number 1 because it's going to ask you, do you want to know your kilowatt usage? And then you're going to have to put in your address, that type of thing and whatever, or your account number for PG&E. Once you enter your account number, it'll tell you what per month. It will tell you what your kilowatt usage is. Now, like I said, the average household is about 400 to between 400 and 500 kilowatts a month. Okay. That's on an average about 10 panels as far as solar panels. Okay. 10 solar panels will produce 458 kilowatts. I know that just off the top of my head, but I'm just saying. So we know when you do your analysis, when you get your kilowatt usage, you can kind of gauge where you kind of, need to go. And I have if anybody wants to tap in with me, I basically have kind of a sheet here that will tell you exactly how many solar panels you need. So they can call me and I can just do it for them individually, each person. But nevertheless, with 10 panels. Now, this is what I have to explain to people. We, especially African Americans, but minorities, period, are the ones who want kind of an immediate return on their investment. We're the ones who, if we invest some money, we want some money. Like if I do some work for something, I want my money tomorrow. You know what I mean? That's how most of us are. Okay. When most of those others can let money sit and basically accumulate and gain money with their money. You know what I mean? We kind of are, want more of an immediate return on our investments. So the way this can go is you literally, so if you don't know, you can get PG&E, you do away with your PG&E, you can get your solar installed on your roof, no money down, you'll get a year for free, meaning there's no PG&E.
One full year for free with no.
For free. No PG&E, and you won't be paying for your solar either. You get a whole year without PG&E and without paying for your solar. Okay? So that's called Cal First. All right. Now, there's a bunch of different options that you can do this with. Some people are in a position where they can pay for their solar project outright, which is always the best way because that means you're not going to end up paying anything. If you pay for your solar off top, you will not be paying for PG&E anymore. And like literally with me, I don't pay PG&E and I don't pay for my solar. I pay zero. And I told my wife, basically, the money that we were paying for PG&E, she can keep that money every month. You know what I mean? Do whatever she want to do her hair done, or shop, whatever she want to do, because we basically are saving that money. You know what I mean? So,
but you know what, for not to interrupt you, but
sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But what I heard is that they have, like, if you're 55 or over, they have something that where you don't even have to pay to get your solar installed and all that stuff. Is that so?
No. They don't. It's not really that. They have a care program for PG&E customers, but that has nothing to do with the solar part of it. It gives you a discount on your regular PG&E, but PG&E knows that too, so that's why they hike the price up. You know what I mean? So it's, even if you get a discount, it's still going to cost you a nice little bit of money. So, for instance, my mother lives by the lake. My mother's on a fixed income. She is 75 years old. I went over to her house. I did the same bill analysis for her. I basically fixed her bill, which is her solar bill. She pays no PG&E, but what she pays for her solar is $90 a month and goes no higher than that ever. Okay. Now, her being 75 years old, that's a lease. I mean, not lease, excuse me. That's a financing for the next 25 years. Now, realistically, you know, hopefully I got my mama for the next 25 years, but at 75 years old, being realistic, you know what I mean? I may not even have her for the next 25 years. But what that will give her is that'll give her the quality of life that she can enjoy and pay for herself. If her bill is, you know, $150 or more, she might have to call me anyway to help her out. So if she only has to pay $90 and with a fixed income, she can do that. And it doesn't, you know, it keeps everything in front of her. It doesn't give her any surprises. PG&E, she won't get no $200 bill, you know what I mean, in the wintertime or the summertime because she's running AC, none of that. You know what I mean? It's going to stay that deal at all times, okay? So the reason I'm telling people this is because we're not the cheapest. I can tell you that now. The cheapest is Tesla. But the reason why they can offer it as the cheap price is because Tesla has the Walmart model. They basically don't care how many people sign up with them. If Tesla's solar division goes out of business, Tesla's not going to go out of business. You see what I'm saying? So Tesla basically bought a company called Solar City. Solar City went out of business. Tesla purchased that company, never changed the business model at all. And now they lowered the price just so that people will be attracted to the price, because normally that's the determining factor. So now they got a bunch of people that are, you know, knocking their door down to get solar from Tesla. But what that means for you as an end user or as a customer is if you go with Tesla solar, number one, you're not going to get hooked up for the next 6 months. People don't know that because you're in a pipeline.
It's a long wait.
It's a long wait because all these people have jumped on that bandwagon. So now when you you say you want to do it, you sign your contract, all that stuff, you 6 months now. So that means for 6 months, you still got to pay that PG&E. Not to mention net metering version 3. See, I just told you about net metering version 2. Net metering version 3 was supposed to come out December 31st, January 1st of 2021, excuse me. So with net metering version 3, the screwed up part is, regardless if you have solar, you will only be able to utilize 70% of your solar project. The other 30%, mandatory that you get from PG&E. So they're still going to be hitting people up anyway. And that's why our company is getting a very big influctuation of calls for people who are ready to go solar now because they don't want to get caught behind the 8 ball with that net metering version 3. That's going to screw a lot of people over because, again, they still making that money up from all of those lawsuits. You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't realize.
So how can you not get caught up in version 3?
You got to get on the ball now. Because
how can you not get caught?
You got to do your solar project now. You know what I mean? Because if you don't get your solar project on, and literally all you have to do is have your contract signed and the panels on your roof. Our company is the only company that can get your panels on your roof within a week. You know what I mean? And no matter how many customers we have enough technicians to get your panels up on your roof within a week. So you won't be in a pipeline.
So how much does it cost?
Okay, now that's the other thing. For my For my
You got a
people,
little drag in your
in my phone.
in your.
That was because somebody was calling me.
No, I hear you now. I hear you better now.
Yeah, somebody was ringing my phone. Okay, so I don't mind hooking up my people at all. You know what I mean? Realistically, I am the sales manager, but I literally have one other African American gentleman that works in my office. The rest of these gentlemen are, other. So they don't mind hooking up their people, and I have no problem hooking up mine. So meaning, excuse me, the retail price. Let me just give you, like I told you, the regular between 400, and 500 kilowatts.
Yeah, just roughly, yeah.
10 panels with our company retails for, I think it's $21,485. Okay, that's $21,485. Now everybody would think that's a whole lot of money, but think about it like this: everybody that's paying, and let me see if I can look at this in my book. Everybody that's paying currently, here it is, right here. This is from PG&E, and I'm going to show you guys this so that you guys know, and it's not just me saying this. Okay, I hope. Can y'all even see that? Can y'all see that?
Let me see. No.
You can't see it?
We can't see it. Your background, the globe in the background is.
Oh shit! Where am I at? Oh, it's killing the thing, huh? Okay. Well, I'll tell you what it says.
Yeah, your background is killing it. Well, we can't see nothing but you.
I will tell you what it is, and what I will do, Miss Donna, is I will take a copy of this, and I will also I'll take a photo of it and I'll put it on the page. That way people can look at it for themselves.
Okay.
Okay. But
that'll
what this
be,
says
that'll be
is,
good.
if you average, let's say an average of $100, okay, is your PG&E bill.
A month, okay.
A month. And this is from PG&E, okay? This is not from our company. This is straight from PG&E. All right, and this is just with a 7% increase. If you're paying on an average of $100 per month, within the year, you pay $1,200, right? 100 times 12, $1,200. Okay?
Right.
Now, year 2 through 6, that's your first year, you're going to pay $1,200. Years 2 through 5. By year 5, you will be paying for that same $100 a month, $572. That is totally ridiculous. And that's PG&E telling you that's how much they're going to charge you. They're upfront telling people this is what we're going to charge you. Okay, you would be crazy as hell not to do something about that. You know what I mean? Like I told you before, every house built after January 2020 comes solar prepared. So they're migrating everybody into going solar anyway. And if you've been looking at the news, even Ford Motor Company said that I think by 2000. Was it 27 or something like that? Somewhere around there, they're going to stop even making gas-powered cars. They're going to be making electric cars too. So everybody is moving into that direction. You know what I mean? So literally, we are the ones that constantly procrastinate. We don't know all the ins and outs and information that we do need. It's kind of kept away from us being, so that we can't make the right decision for ourselves anyway. And then when it's too late, we end up being caught behind it, having to pay those high prices. That's why we end up, from paycheck to paycheck, robbing Peter to pay Paul, all that, because we getting killed on stuff like this. You know what I mean? What other investment do you know you can make and get a 100% return in the first 5 years? When I said I'm going to give you that 21,400 and whatever I said, that's the retail price. I'm going to cut that price down considerably, but just even at that, absolutely. But just even at the retail price, okay. If you're paying, you do the math. If you're paying $572 a month, okay, times 12, that's almost, what is that? $6,900 in a year. So if you're paying damn near $7,000 a year, in your first 3 years, your solar project will be paid off. You see what I'm saying? So why would I pay for something, not get nothing from it other than just PG&E, when I can pay less than that?
I get it.
You know what I mean? And own my solar and end up, energy independent. You know what I mean? When you sign up for solar, our whole thing is whatever you're paying currently for your PG&E, your solar cost is going to be a fraction of that price. That's how much your bill is going to be. So on average, if your bill is $400 a month, I'm going to give you a price that's going to make your bill probably $170 a month. So that's going to save you like $330 every month off top.
Okay.
And then you get a whole year for free. Remember, I told you that off top. So if you take that whole year, if you paid on an average, let's say even $300 a month, okay? You save that 300 times 12, there go your money right there. You know what I mean? That's 36. So
that whole year you're paying PG&E, but you're going to be paying the electric. No, not the electric. Yeah, the electric
part.
You're
not paying PG&E nothing.
You're not going to pay nothing for that whole first year.
That whole year. Because you're going to be in a contract. Your contract is going to be for your solar. Your solar is going to be on top of your roof. Your financing, you're not going to have to pay for a whole year for the solar. But as soon as you go solar, you don't have to pay PG&E no more. And I'm going to give you enough. This is the cold part. I'm going to give you enough panels to not just offset your PG&E, but your gas too. That's what makes you energy independent. Even if you had to pay gas, you're still paying PG&E. And why would I pay PG&E when I can generate enough electric? Remember I told you they used to give out checks. Now they give out, the version 2 is the equivalent of store credit. And the only thing you can buy from PG&E is gas.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm going to give all of the customers, especially all of the people that are watching your show, that contact you or whatever, need to get in contact with me, I'm going to give them enough panels to where they're going to cover their electric bill and their gas bill. So they should be paying
good stuff.
0. You see what I'm saying? Now, for that same, let's give you an example. That 21.
And of course, we got a little internet.
Is it a glitch? Is it? I hope it ain't me.
It's a little bit of, it's some kind of sluggish internet
I hope it ain't my.
Now, Aaron, tell me, does a person have to have good credit to qualify for the solar?
Not at all. Let me tell you, like I said, I'm glad you asked that. There's a few different ways that we can get you financed. The Cal First, which is what I did with my project. Cal First is based on the equity in your house. So literally, it goes on there as a lien. And most people are like, wait a minute, lien. I don't want no lien on my house. I don't want nobody to take my house. The bank that we deal with, out of the existence of this bank, has never taken somebody's house, ever. Okay, number one. Number two, the logic of it behind it is you still have to pay PG&E or your PG&E gets cut off. Okay, you got to pay your taxes or they take your house. So if we're in a society of paying for convenience, just like if I took my kids to Jack or McDonald's, I'm going to pay $5 for a Happy Meal for my grandbabies. Okay. If I order Uber Eats, that same $5 Happy Meal now is like $8, $9 because of the convenience. You know what I mean? Because we pay because I didn't want to have to leave home. All right. So same situation. If you don't want to come out your pocket with how much it costs for you to go solar, and you want to be able to have a year for free, that's also going to cost. That's a finance. That's what they call finance charges. So yes, that'll go on it'll be, like I said, no money down. It's not going to be a hard credit check. It's going to go on as a lien on your property, a line on your property. So, but like I said, the logic to that is you still got to pay PG&E anyway. So if I can get away with not paying no out-of-pocket money, and I get a year for free just for doing that, sign me up. Because in 2 years, what I did was I refinanced my house, turned around and paid off that loan, that lien, and now I pay 0. It was that simple. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
now,
it makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense.
So people that don't want to, because again, there's some people that are going to be like, no, you can't tell some people nothing. You know what I mean? No, I'm not going to put no lien on my house. I don't care if I got to live in a shack, you know what I mean? Or light some candles. I'm not going to have a lien on my house. If you don't want to do that,
yeah, that's kind of scary for some people.
It is, but again, it's not. There's no. I mean, if you have to understand it, like I said, when I did me and my wife talked about it. She was like, Aaron, you have to pay PG&E or we're going to be in the dark. Okay, so if we got to put it on a lien and we don't have to pay any money out of our pocket to get this solar, and we can get a year for free, we're saving money now. All right, off top, that first year we saved, and then we refinanced. Our bill was still, when I moved to Antioch, we have a 3-level pool, everything. You know what I mean? So our first bill was $700. Our PG&E bill, right? So, and when you got pools and ACs and all that stuff, we got 2 ACs. So when you out here, I didn't know, this is my first time moving out here. So I got to asking neighbors, is that the norm? Is that what normally happens? They were like, bills be $900 to $1,000 out here. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's ridiculous.
So I was like, okay, I had to go solar immediately. So I went solar before I even joined this company, you know what I mean, a few years back. So when I went solar, it cut my bill. I told you I did the Cal first. I did the lien on my house, but I didn't pay no money, got a year for free, and it cut my bill to $210. So I saved $500 and some odd dollars every month. I didn't have no problem doing that. Trust me. You know what I mean? Not to mention, we in a pandemic and we got a new president. We don't know which direction this company is going. I mean, this country is going in right now. Y'all money do y'all better in your pocket. You know what I mean? So keep your money in your pocket right now till we straighten all this shit out and find out what's going on. You know what I mean? So that's why I suggest everybody does the Cal first and no money down, all that stuff, because that's not taking no money out of your pocket or out of your household. And like I said, you get a year for free. The biggest thing is, and this is the first time I'm mentioning this to you, the biggest thing is right now you get a 26% tax credit.
Oh, so, that's nice.
Yeah, right. So and when I did mine,
26% too?
Now you got a calculator sitting next to you?
I got one on my phone. Let me see if I can find it.
If you look that up, I can tell you it's gonna probably be about $6,000. But if you did the retail price of $21,000, let's just say $21,000 even. Okay, what's 26% of $21,000?
What percent?
26%.
Okay, let's see.
Should be about 6,000 and some change, maybe 7.
Shit, I'm trying to do it on this phone. I can't do it. Wait a minute.
All you gotta do is ask your phone. If you got an iPhone.
I ain't got no iPhone. Who got an iPhone? I got a smartphone. He's smart as a mother butter, and he gonna make me hush up. Sharon, you got a smartphone? She muted. Unmute yourself. You got a smartphone?
Yes. What are we doing?
Can you get smart then? Because he's trying to be funny.
26% of 21,000.
21,000. He said you could just ask it. Can you just speak to your phone?
23% of 21,000?
No, 26% of 21,000.
26%.
Right.
Of 21,000. Hey Siri.
See?
What's 26% of 21,000?
I don't know. Tell me. Siri, who is she?
Times 21,000 is 5,460.
Okay, 5,000. I missed some zeros. So 5,460. Siri ain't on my phone, but okay, it's all good.
No, you don't get Siri. So basically what that means is every customer, whether you finance this through Cal First, like I just told you, you're going to get 26% of the entire cost of the project back. So that 5,000 and some odd dollars comes back to you.
So do they credit it on your balance or do they give you the money? Or they credit it on your balance?
So now what most people do is they take that 5,000 and change and they put it into their solar project. That knocks the price even further down. Now your bill is even cheaper. You see what I'm saying? Because let's say on an average, like I said, for that 10 panels, you'll probably pay about maybe $140 something a month for those 10 panels, and it'll stay there. If you put that 5,000 and change back into your project cost, the total cost of it,
It goes down.
Your bill gonna go down to about $114 a month.
So not
Now,
everyone needs 10 panels. It's based
right.
on the size of your house and
Absolutely.
all
And
that
that's
stuff.
you get that from your kilowatt usage. That's why I was telling you that phone number I gave you. You can call, you can give them. And if you want me to do it, I have no problem. Whoever, calls you or wants to, at least ask some more questions or, find out some information, I have no problem giving it to them. But I'll do the bill analysis for you. But you can call that number. It will give you your breakdown per month. Okay.
I think that's on your bill too. I think it's something on your bill that says
it is, but it's a little harder to decipher on your bill than it is for you to call them and let them just tell you use blah 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 kilowatts every month. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I can almost tell you by your bill amount. Like what's your average? What do you pay average for PG&E?
About $250 to $300 a month.
So that means your kilowatts are about maybe 550, 600. So that means your project is probably going to be somewhere around 25,000, 26,000 before I give you a discount.
Okay.
Okay. Now the 21,484, I can discount that down to probably like 18,000. You know what I mean? 19,000 at best. You know what I mean?
And do you have to afford? Do you have to put anything down for people who's out here wondering? With the pandemic and money short for everybody, it's like, oh my God, I want to do this, but I don't have anything.
Well, if you don't have anything, like I say, I suggest if you don't have good credit and you want solar, and you definitely don't want to start having to pay them, super high ass prices, definitely go with Cal First because that's no money down. Now, if you have decent credit, a 650 and above, if you have decent credit, I can still get you financed with no money down, no out-of-pocket costs for a year. I can still get you done that. The interest rate will be a little bit different, and then there'll be a finance charge. That'll all get tacked on.
The interest rate be lower or higher?
Depends on what your credit is. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I've gotten people down to as close as 399. So some people want to buy it down lower than that, in which you have an option of doing that as well. It's just going to cost you a little bit more up front, but your back end money, your bill will be cheaper, and your back end money you won't pay as much. So I have like 5 or 6 different ways of helping people finance this. Okay. So it's just a matter of wanting to do it first. You know what I mean?
Okay,
being interested enough. You see what I'm saying? Once they're interested enough, I'll design their project specifically around their need. Then I'll give them a discount because we get government funding as well. See, if somebody's ready to move forward on their project, I can go and get different funding and apply it to their project to discount it even further. They just have to be ready to move on that right then, because I can't allocate certain funds to a person's project if they're not ready to move forward, because other people may. You know what I mean? And I have to give that to those people. You know what I'm saying? So depending on how fast and people should be ready to move on this, because we went to we saw a webinar with PG&E last week, and they are saying within the next month, version 3 is going to come out. So again, think of it like this. If you're going to go solar, this is the time to do it, because once that version 3 comes out, it doesn't matter. That's like going to a store. They charge you for a pair of pants, a shirt, some shoes, and a coat. And you got to pay for all of that. Mm-hmm. But you can only wear your shirt and your pants. You see, that's the equivalent of having to pay PG&E 30%. And you just paid 100% of your solar, but now I can only use 70% of it? That don't make no sense. You see what I'm saying? And that's what version 3 is. You see what I'm saying? So that's how they're going to get their money back. And most of our people have no idea what that stuff is. Version 3 is, they don't know nothing about that.
No.
You know what I mean? So that's
and I mean, you've given us some good insight. Everybody watching is hearing, and I want you to give them again information and how to contact you. Absolutely. If they're interested before next month for sure. Absolutely. Before things start really changing. How how do they get in contact with you if they want to?
Well, you can actually call my direct number. It works better for you to text message me. That way I'll call you back. But
Okay.
my direct number is 510 978 7733.
7733. And they can text you if they're interested, and you can get on the ball with, seeing what you can do for them.
I will call them back
them.
probably. I'm wide open tomorrow because I've taken off the next few days because I'm doing some stuff around my house and I'm helping my wife because she went through some breast cancer ailment.
Oh,
So yeah,
sorry.
so I'm sticking around for her. But
prayers to your family.
Thank you very, very much.
Yes.
But if you got anybody that wants to text me or call, feel free. I will, definitely give you a bill analysis. I will give you exactly what kilowatts you use. I will tell you exactly what kind of discount I can give you. And then at that point, you make a decision whether it's, for you or not. You know what I mean? I don't care what company people go with outside of like Teslas. You got to, this is the other thing people have to be careful of, Ms. Donna, is a lot of these companies, you and I can start a solar company today. All right. We go out, we get a bunch of customers to contractors to work with us. All we do is we subcontract all the work out. Okay. Now, what that means to people that are homeowners is if you already have an existing warranty on your roof, let's use that as an example. If a subcontractor gets on top of your roof and they poke any holes, which we're gonna have to do because we have to drill stuff down and mount the panels up there, and let's say following winter you start getting leaks in your roof. You're gonna call your insurance company and you're gonna tell them, hey, I need you guys to come out. I'm having some leaks in my roof. They're gonna send a claims adjuster out just like they do with your car. Okay, the claims adjuster is gonna come out to your house. He's gonna look up there and see that you have solar on your roof, and he's gonna ask you, where's the contract for your solar project? And the reason they ask you that is because whoever got up there and did the work on your roof has to have a roofer's license. If they don't have a roofer's license, and 90% of solar companies don't,
they don't.
That's going to void your warranty that you already have existing, meaning that whatever leak is going on up there, you're going to have to come out your pocket for it.
Oh, wow. Now that's good. That's great information to know right there, because you get these scam calls all the time about solar. I get my phone blew up during the day. They calling me about solar. And I'm like, I'm not interested. I'm not. And it's different people. I don't even know who,
No, they sell your information. They sell your information, Ms. Donna. So let's say you went on your computer and you click just to get some information on going solar. That's called phishing. They capture your information, and it's phishing with a P, P-H-I-S. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So they sell your information to all of these companies. Our company buys leads, which means a phone number, an address, and your name. We buy those for $30 to $70 per lead. That's how much they cost. Okay.
Good
now
stuff.
back to the subcontracting. The other thing is California is a sue happy state. If somebody trips over your driveway, they're going to want to sue you immediately. Okay. So we know everybody in California is sue happy. So if a subcontractor gets up on top of your roof and they fall off, guess who they're going to sue?
Me.
That's right. Our company, everybody that works for our company is a W-2 employee. And what that means is, that means that we have workman's comp that cover our employees. So if an employee
accidental trips,
right, you don't have to worry about that as a homeowner because we're going to pay for that. You know what I mean? If a panel slides off and hits your neighbor's house while we're putting them up there, if it's a subcontractor, your neighbor's going to be wanting to get paid from you too. But our company, since everybody's a W-2 employee, we have liability insurance that covers your neighbor's house if something happens to them too. Okay?
Good stuff.
All of those things make a huge difference because I would rather, number one, go with a company that's going to be in business, you know what I mean, for the next 10 years. And 85 to 90% of solar companies go out of business their first 5 years. Okay? Do your homework on the companies that you're dealing with. Don't just let price be the determining factor. Because
that's
again,
right.
People don't go to, I'm not going to go buy my Jordans from the flea market. You see what I'm saying? Just because
That's
the price
right.
is cheaper. You see what I'm saying? I don't mind paying a little extra for quality. I'm not going to go buy my furniture from the swap meet. You know what I mean? I'm going to go buy it from Ashley's or one of these reputable places to where I know they have a quality product. You know what I mean? And that's what I say, because we are one of the main people that like to bargain shop, bargain shop, bargain shop. You get what you pay for when in this market. You know what I mean? So if you're
Now,
gonna
what's the name? What's the name of your company in Concord again? Norcal
Home Systems, yes.
Okay, Norcal Homes Systems. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. And if you look on Norcal Home Systems reviews, you will see my name all over the reviews. All over. Okay, so
well, I'm gonna be looking, and I want our watching audience also to look. And I want to thank you, Mr. Ford. You have given us so much information, so much insight. I mean, I'm even thinking, man, I need to try to find out what my average kilowatt usage is.
Yes,
and do
you do. Yes, you do. Because you're gonna get caught paying too much money if you don't. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, because I mean, I just knowledge is power, and that's why I do what I do, and that's why I asked you to come and share this. And and your number one more time before we end your segment here. What's your number again? They can contact you.
My number is 510-978-7733. That's my direct phone number.
7733.
Yes, ma'am. And you
All
guys
right,
can call
well,
me.
great. We enjoyed you, and we getting ready to get on for the last part of this show here with some grown folk talk.
That's what I'm talking about.
Peace, baby.
All right, I love y'all.
You can stay with us, or you can. Love you. I'll talk to you soon. All right, everybody. That was good information from Mr. Aaron T. Ford about the solars. If you are thinking about it, just want more information about it or whatever, and you own your home, please contact this brother. Sounds good to me. Got me thinking about some things. So anyway.
Well, I don't have a house, so.
Well, you gonna get there, sister. You gonna get that, Star. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Let's get grown the last few minutes, y'all. Let's just get grown. You know, Mr. Ford, I let him go on with it because the information was so hot, so great, a lot of good stuff. But I want to touch on some things, and one of them is, you know, wow, how do I start this? Let me see. And Mr. Smith will be back in a minute, but Sharon, maybe you and I could talk about this. You know, I wanted a man's input too, but you know that people calling you after midnight, okay, of the opposite sex. Say like you meet somebody and you meet them a couple of nights before, they seem a little interesting. And the first time they call you, it's midnightish.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, isn't that
it's
kind of disrespectful? I mean, maybe
it's
I'm old school.
And it's suspect. No.
I mean, isn't that
and it's suspect?
It's telling you
call
that
me
they
at a decent
are
time, calling, sneaking.
I mean, are they sneaking calling? It's the only time they can talk, or are they calling because they think
just calling because they want some ass
to come through? I mean, usually, where I come from, old school, that's a booty call hour, right? People call that you got history with and you sleep with sometime. They may call you close to midnight. Hey, what you doing? I ain't doing nothing. Can I come through? I mean, but somebody calling you for the first time. Now, you just happen to be on the phone yourself talking to an old friend when they call, and you let it be known that you're on another line. I'm on the phone right now, but you can call me tomorrow or on another day because it's midnight. Now, you tell them that and they get kind of upset about it. Like, well, you on the phone. How come I can't call you back now? That's kind of like the situation, you know. So what I just needed to ask, if there's anybody out there who have been through this, or how did you deal with this? Why do people call you at midnight, especially the first time calling you?
First of all, I wouldn't even answer my phone if someone's calling that late and I just met them. I'm not doing it.
And maybe
Can't
you
call
was
me at a
nervous
decent
about the
hour.
call. You thought something happened. Like the person's name wasn't even programmed in the phone yet. It was just a number that came up, right? And you like, well,
Yeah.
damn, this may be, you got kids, you got, you may say maybe emergency. Let me
Mm-hmm.
see, look at the clock. Let me see what's going on. And it's this voice that you haven't heard before that say, oh, we met the other night. Oh, how you doing? Midnight though?
Yeah. I would probably, you know, if that was the case, then I would answer. But then after I find out who the person is, I'm like, okay, well, you can call back tomorrow and talk to me at a more decent hour. This is not cool.
And erase the number for real though, because I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
that just starts. I mean, I just that's why I wanted to know when Ben gets back. I'll go on to something else, but when he gets back, I like to know what a man's perspective is out there. You watching, why do men do that? I mean, I know
Yeah.
it's some women that do, and I know women do that for a reason. Usually, it's a familiar boo, and she trying to
Mm-hmm.
see what's going on with him. Maybe she want to see him or whatever. But somebody new that you just met, I don't think there's a lot of women who go there. But just something to think about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and I wanted Ben to chime in on this one too, and then we're gonna wrap it up. But I have I don't know if I touched on this before regarding single parenting. Single
Mm-hmm.
parenting for men now. You know, because women, we know what it's like to be single parents. We know the struggles, the trials, the tribulations, the situations. But men that are now on that side of the coin, that's actually single parenting themselves, the mother is not there to
Mm-hmm.
help for whatever reason. Do society look at that the same or different? Ben, I'm glad you chimed in. Unmute yourself.
Turn that down, dude. Hey, what's
Oh
up?
Lord. We was
Hey,
having a
Ben.
situational talk,
Hey.
Ben, about single parenting for men. Single parenting for men. Do you think that society looks at that differently than single parenting for women? Are men given the same props, the same compliments, the same support through society as women get by being single parents?
Not even close. They don't get the same even attribution, especially in the courthouse. When I've seen situations where guys, the woman is literally getting out of prison after serving 2 years. That means she's been separated from the kids for over 24 months. Go straight to court within 3 months. She got sole custody again, and he's paying child support. I mean, it just gets utterly ridiculous. And most of the time when people are dealing with churches or things of that nature, people always, when they see you as a single dad, they think you desperate and destitute. Which that's kind of weird.
But you mean the women? The women look at the men
Now
as being
everybody,
desperate.
I mean, like my sons, every time they school, they always giving, it's like, oh, he's a single dad, give him the shoes, give him the gift card, give him the money, give him, and you like, wow, what? I guess they figure because you the single dad that you the one that always need the help. People don't think you can take care of your kids or deal with your kids. They always trying to tell you what to do. So it's crazy. But
Well, maybe they have a little bit more compassion towards it because I mean, even with women, women do get people
they
are
get the
offering
love.
things and this and that, but it's more it's more broader. You see it more happening with women, but nowadays it's changing because there is more and more men that are raising their kids alone because of life situations.
Because and it's a lot of that. It's a lot of because people are very selfish nowadays. So there's a lot of people that would just put their kids down. Females, mothers, and my groups and stuff, the groups I'm in, the fathers groups, fathers cores, it's full of men that single parents, or they may be same gender loving, and they have their kids and this, that, and the other. They may have adopted, and they don't have that same, but they just don't get the same. It's like that's not even a giving. Like men walk in with their kids, and instantly people are thinking, well, where's the woman at? Where's their mother? What's going on with the mother? And like when it's a women there, nobody cares. Nobody even asks. They just go along with the show. But when it's a man, it's always, well, where's the mom at? What's going on with this?
Because it's not as common. It's not as common seeing a man with his kids raising them and having them. I mean, it's more common seeing women that is in that situation, but it is increasing. I see it increasing.
It's gonna continue to increase because, with what's going on in our society with, the people that are more criminalized, people that are taking drugs, people that want to escape situations. They get on social media and stuff, and they want to escape into the social media life, and they don't want the kids to slow them down. So you running into a lot of that. People that just not even drug dealers or drug addicts, they just don't want the responsibility.
Exactly. They don't.
So,
and it's a very sad, it's a sad thing, but it's, I just, me personally, I feel that the men should get the same treatment and the same props and the same support as women do, because being a single parent is a hard thing for those out there who have been or who are. And even the panel here, I mean, we all have went through that, where there used to be a time women used to think, well, man, if men only knew what we go through as single parents. And they used to call the women the mama and the daddy, because we had to fill all the shoes. And sometimes our girls would give us props on Daddy's Day. Happy Father's Day, girl. Happy Father's Day, girl. Because
sure would.
We had to wear all the hats, and it is a trying situation. And there's a lot of support out there for the women. And man, it's a lot of support that I had that I mean, even the CDCs, the daycares, being able to go to school and having a daycare to take care of my little baby when Jason was a baby. And, it's just, it's a lot going out there. So I raised this question because I was wondering if the resources are the same. Are they giving the men the same resources as they do women now that things have changed?
They don't. I'll tell you a story, and this is how bad it is, and this is actually our county. This is Alameda County. So we had a guy in our group that caught a CPS case because he spanked his kid. And his kid, I guess he had a little bruising on his booty. And so he sent him to school. He had no idea what was up. Sent him to school. Him and his girlfriend live together. Now he has a girlfriend, which is his fiance, about to be his wife. And he gets a case. They go up to the school, and when he comes to the school, they arrest him, put him in handcuffs, and put her in handcuffs, and take them to jail. Right? And so they get a CPS case. And in the process of them getting a CPS case, they find out where the mother is. The mother lives in Minnesota. She doesn't even live in California. So what they decide to do is every month, like clockwork, they send for a plane ticket for the mama to come get the kids, see her kids, a plane ticket, and a hotel room for like 3 or 4 nights.
Who does this? Who does this?
The county of Alameda was doing this.
Whoa.
Because they wanted this woman so bad to take custody of these kids, and you like, she don't even want the kids like that. But they trying to, this is how they want to try to get mines back into the game.
So you don't think they would have done the same thing
Oh,
like that
heck
for
no.
a dad?
Oh, no.
Wow.
No, I got dads all over the place in my group, in my groups. And it's no stories. It's no stories like that. And I've never heard a story like that for a dad ever. Some get fine things because that's what we specialize in. You get a case manager, you go to the county, Alameda, get your case manager and stuff, and they help you get certain stuff. But most of the time, usually not. You're just not in that realm. So.
Wow.
But that was the extreme. As I was like, wow.
Exactly. That sounds extreme, and I mean, my heart goes out to the people who had to deal with that.
He worked it out. He had to, but he knew that if he didn't do whatever they told him to do, she was getting custody of his kids. Period. Yeah. Even if she wanted to at that point, he would have had custody. All she had to do is say yes, and she would have had custody. Been on the child support game again, and whatever happened.
Yeah.
So,
well, let's hope that the situation change. And I mean, wow,
we're working on it. We got superintendents of the county and stuff that we deal with. We got organizations and stuff we deal with. We have father-friendly areas. We do with social services. We expanded to Contra Costa County now. I got a big grant of about $4 or $5 million to try to help to alleviate some of the black and brown situations. So they have a new group that just went out there. And Alameda County is really big on that. And we just keep expanding,
nice.
Southern Cal, Northern Cal, whatever. But it needs to be nationwide. It can't just be this state in this area.
Well, we're gonna definitely, maybe we can expound on that a little bit more on the next show. Give some information regarding the help for these fathers and men in situations like that. I mean, that's good stuff. And there's always somebody watching, listening, that you may think you're the only person going through something, but there's always somebody out there that's needing to hear. It is some help. It is some help out there. For real. But I want to tell you guys, I've enjoyed you. This has been a great show. It's a lot of information. We're going to wrap it up. And grown folks, I love the fact.
We ain't going to talk about Billie Holiday?
Y'all want some more?
We ain't talking about Billie Holiday? What happened to Billie Holiday?
Okay, one more. We talk about one more. Come on, start it. Tell me about Billie. What happened
with the United States versus Billie Holiday, the movie? You guys seen it?
Oh, I haven't. I have not seen that movie.
You check that out.
That's on Hulu,
Lee Daniels' new movie. Yeah, that's Lee Daniels' new movie.
So Billie Holiday. So
tell us, give us a little versus Billie Holiday.
Give us a little synopsis. What exactly is happening in that movie that's interesting? What makes it a good watch? What did you enjoy about it?
Well, basically, what the movie entailed is what, Billie Holiday came out with that song Strange Fruit, right? And it was talking about the lynching and stuff like that. And white guys as well as the government didn't want that to happen. So they did everything they could to keep her from doing that. As of, jail time. She went to jail. And spent a year and a day in jail. A lot of stuff that they talked about in there, they were just determined to get her because she just didn't want to bow down to their will.
Wow.
So she was the one that really kicked off the civil rights movement. Was her with the Strange Fruit and what was going on with her, and bringing people around and giving them an idea what's going on. So it's a really good movie. Yeah. Just to really understand history-wise what was really going on with it. But
that's a great watch. I think. Okay, I'm gonna try to start it this evening. I know I'm not gonna be able to watch the whole thing, but I can pick it back up tomorrow.
Too, because they have some very some very provocative sex scenes.
Some sizzling.
Oh my goodness!
Some sizzling one came
on while my boy was walking through. I had to pause it and mute and everything. Oh my goodness!
Oh, so that's one of the reasons you liked it, huh? Okay,
Oh
all
no,
right.
I'm telling you as a warning that it's not a kid
Child
friendly
friendly.
movie. Yeah, it's
Right,
not.
Okay, don't
right.
watch it. Don't watch it with
Lee
the
Daniels
family.
is raw. Yeah, Lee Daniels is raw. You know how Lee do.
Yeah.
So yeah, just be aware of that. But yeah,
All
it's a
right,
good
good
read.
stuff.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make
yeah.
sure I watch it, and you guys make sure you watch it too. And we gotta go. We're gonna end this
All
segment. We're
right,
gonna see you next Sunday.
all
Grown
right.
Folk Talk with Donna Smith, your hostess with the mostest. And we're out. Good night,